What is up and welcome back to the channel, guys. I was just making a short clip and I had to take a phone call, so I will restart this video. And I'm going to jump right off into it. Is what happened for us the moment we, or I should say me, because my fiance I think has always believed in herself and in me. But what happened for us the moment I began to believe that I actually had a place in reselling. So many doors open, it's ridiculous. And I want to share that with you guys so you guys can get to the point of believing that you actually have a place on the eBay platform and as a reseller in life. And a lot of people don't think, like, I'll tell people what I do and they're like, oh, okay, right? But the truth is they don't see the numbers. They don't see the potential behind reselling, because most people that are older than me, 40 years and older, they don't understand that, you can make $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year reselling on eBay. They don't think it's possible because they've never heard anybody talking about it, guys. And that's why I make these videos, that you don't actually have to work that job that is a dead-end paying job. And what do I mean by dead-end paying? It might pay you good, but you're going to hit a point in the company that you're working for that all you're doing is making whoever you're working for rich, right? Hey, even if you're making $50 an hour, you are perfectly capable to make more than $50 an hour for sure on eBay. And in many other business adventures out there in the world, guys. And what most small business owners will tell you, and people that are in business because they don't want to lose you as an employee, they will tell you that it's too difficult, that 90% of businesses fail, or 80% fail. And the truth behind that is it's true. But the only reason it's true, the only reason a business fails is you fail the business. The business don't fail you. You fail to run the business as it should be ran, right? You want to bend the principles and run the business the way you want to run it, right? I'm not saying you can't have your own system set up or whatever, but when it comes to money, if you don't know money really good and how to make it grow good, you hire somebody to do that. Get in touch with the CPA. Get in touch with one of your local CPAs. Maybe get 2 interviews by 2 or 3 of them before you make your decision. And have somebody that is professional in it help you with your business. When I was talking to our CPA, I just talking to him the other day, and he told me literally the majority of the reason people's businesses fails because they don't understand how business works. They understand what they're doing to a T. Like reselling, you understand how to list to a T, you don't understand how to ship to a T, but you don't know what to do when inflation happens, or you don't know what to do when a COVID pandemic happens, or you don't know actually how to make your money grow, or yada, yada, yada. There could be a million other things, right? Or you don't owe taxes, and then, you owe $1 billion in taxes, and then they shut you down, right? So I think the little bit of money that you will pay a CPA to help you operate your business professionally is a big key, unless you have a master's degree in business and you're willing to put that time into your business as well. And I'm not telling you don't get educated in your tax brackets or whatever entity you choose to do, whether it's LLC, whether it's an S corporation, whatever entity you decide to go with. Definitely do your research. There's a billion YouTube videos out there, guys, that can teach you some of the perks and some of the information therefore about your entity that you're going to choose. A CPA will help direct you in the right way if you tell them your plans. I went in there with the plan of the sky is the limit. I work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I don't miss a day with that attitude. And he chose for us to, we decided together to go S Corporation. Now, I don't know everything there is about an S Corporation. If I did, I wouldn't have went and talked to a CPA, okay? So you'll have to talk to your local CPA about that. But the truth behind it is, guys, I made a video the other day that was speaking about when you should go legit, when you start making pretty close to $20,000 every 90 days, or $15,000, even $10,000, you'll get taxed at the end of the year, depending on where you are at on the global map, right? You should probably most definitely get your business license. It's a lot easier if you get with the CPA. The work you have to do is very minimal. It's literally your social security number and your ID and what your business name is going to be. Little basic things like that they need to know, right? And maybe access to your eBay store so they can crunch the numbers, right? I don't even got to print a daily spreadsheet off. I don't have to print a monthly. He's going to get right in there and do all that for me. and so on and so forth, right? So you can do all this, guys. It's a lot simpler. I held back for the past 6 months. Probably I should have been legit, and I've been holding back. I've been procrastinating. What I was a master at for 25 years, guys. Don't procrastinate. If you have an itch and you think, man, I'm starting to make the income that I should probably start putting some taxes up. I'm not a tax expert, so talk to your CPA on how much I put up is actually a bit ridiculous. The amount I put up to the side for taxes, but in the long run, at the end of the year, I know I'll have enough for our incorporation, and I'll have money to play with at the end of the year or invest back into the business, right? So it's always better to put up more than not enough. So put up more, right? That's my advice. But this video, guys, I want to really wrench on what happened in my life on eBay when I decided to release the emergency brake. And what do I mean by release the emergency brake? Guys, I was holding back from so much, right? Oh, I don't know if I should spend this money here. I don't know. First of all, you got to take chances, and you got to be okay with failure. You're going to have to be okay with failure, or your business will. Like, if you're a perfectionist, I was very much so a perfectionist. And all you are is, if you're a perfectionist, you're insecure. Automatic insecurities, right? I had a bunch of insecurities throughout life, and that's because I never ever believed in my own opinions, or I never ever believed in my own abilities to achieve anything. So of course I'm insecure, right? And so a way to get beyond that is start doing little things that your mind tells you to do. Now, I'm talking about positive things. I'm not telling you if your mind tells you to lay in bed all day, to lay in bed all day. You have to overwork that, right? But once I released that emergency brake of fear of the unknown, right? What am I going to do when I get into a CPA office and start talking to them? Because I don't know nothing. It was the easiest hour and a half I've ever spent with anybody in my entire life. And he looked at me and he says, "You might be the one." I said, "What?" I said, "It's crazy," because I was saying that about myself. I was trying to encourage and brainwash my own mind from the old thinking of me. And this is where I'm going to lead this up to my next point of this video. I had to brainwash the old mind of me saying I'm a piece of shit, I'm a low life, I'm this, I'm that, and that, right? So I had to trick my mind saying, "You're the one, Justin. You're going to be the one that's going to make a difference in your family and pay off your mother's mortgage," and so on and so forth, right? I had a bunch of reasonings why I wanted to do this. And it's so crazy because I'm sitting there about 30 minutes into it. He's like, "You really got this much motivation when you're doing eBay?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "You might be the one." I said, I about died laughing. I had to talk to him, so it broke up the ice a lot and it turned into a really good conversation. But the truth is, guys, is you can be the one. You can be the next best reseller, and you have to believe it in your mind that you have a place in the reselling platform, or else you're just going to be about an average reseller. I talked to many resellers that have been listing for 20 years, and they're still not making more than $3,000 a month. Reasoning for that is they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they can get to the next level, and they're not willing to fail at certain aspects of growth to get to the next level. You literally have to be okay and seek failure if you want to get to the next level. You can't just get to the next level doing the same thing you did yesterday, and that's going to lead us right into this part of the video, guys. In this part of the video, I am going to go over the believing within yourself and tricking your mind from the old you. Because if you, listen, most people don't get anything more out of life because they are too attached to who they are today. Does that make sense? You are so attached. I am so attached. I was so attached to who and the outcome I used to get. And it's crazy because it was nothing but failure. Drug abuse, alcohol, in and out of prison, in jail. Like, how can anybody want to be attached to that, right? But I was used to that. I got used to being broke. I don't know how the hell I got used to being broke, guys, but I accepted that in my life until the day I decided to go out back and dig a 6-foot hole and bury the old me and throw soil on it and leave it there and move on and begin to do different things every single day of my life I would have never did in the past. That's when my life started changing, guys. And that's when I started becoming successful on reselling on eBay, and you can do the same thing. If you've been reselling for 5 years and you're still going in the same listing area and you're still listing the same amount of items, that's why you're not doing super good on eBay. You have to go outside of what you did yesterday in order to become somebody different today. If you want, I mean, most people are living a life of insanity. I swear, literally insanity. I did for 30 years. Live the same exact way today as you did yesterday, hoping for different results. That is the definition of insanity, guys. And most people that are walking around you, whether they look like they got it together or not, they are insane. I mean, they live right up to the definition of insanity, so you really can't deny it. I was insane for 30, whatever, how many ever years prior to a couple years ago, right? The truth is you got to be willing to bury the old you. And the ultimately hardest part of me starting with $0 on this new business and getting it incorporated and becoming successful and being able to take care of us, right? Absolutely hardest part about the whole journey has been me to believe in myself that I can achieve it. That's it, guys. That's all it takes. Once that switch goes off in your head that you believe you can be the next one, you can make it on eBay big. Once that light bulb turns on, watch the fuck out because everything changes. Your whole you know how you change your life and change your income situation in life? By one choice. It is literally, you are one decision away from a completely different lifestyle. That's it. You know why people don't change? Because they never make a different choice. they have hopes of getting their body in shape, whatever it might be, right? So they go out to the gym for 90 days. They don't get the results they want. What happened is they could not outlive the old them to become the new you. You have to outlive the old you. What do I mean by that? Because that old you attitude is going to come back in. I still struggle with it at times where if somebody tests me, I want to square away and dance with them. The truth is, that's the old me, and what results will that give me, guys? At 40 years young? And then a business owner, if I pop somebody in their mouth right now, as a business owner, what is that going to happen to me? They're going to sue my company, and I'm fucked, right? So I can't act like that anymore. I can't do that. You have to let the law handle that now, right? So once you begin and you decide that you want to make, sorry, our animals are taking off crazy now, but once you decide you want to make a difference in your life, the old way you used to respond to things, you can no longer respond to them that way. And that's why people can't change, because they're like, this is what you do if somebody calls you this or that. You stand up and you pop them in your mouth. No, you don't have to do that. There's different choices to make, right? There's different choices to make. When you have a lot to lose, something you worked very hard for a good majority of your time, and then somebody comes and threatens it with some words, is that worth you losing everything that you just worked hard for? Or is it a lot easier to just say, hey, my attorney, this person is threatening my life, so on and so forth. Who cares what anybody thinks about you? They're going to be like, oh, Scoop Nicky, he turned into a bitch. And you know what? And guess what? They're in the same spot in life, and they're not going nowhere. You guys have to remember how much work you put in to where you are now. You can't be the same person. That is the hardest thing for people becoming business owners, is you can no longer be who you were yesterday in today's business world. You can't. You can't. I gave up on everything. A math problem got hard when I was in school. Crank up the paper, throw it away, tell the teacher to F off, and I walk out of class. If I have an unruly customer on eBay, I can't do that. I can't throw everything away I worked my ass off for. All right? Me and my fiance both worked our ass off for, because we got one unhappy customer out of thousands a month. It don't make sense. It logically don't make sense. And then you can't let that ruin the rest of your day because it was a 2-second message. Right? I had a really bad one yesterday, a really bad customer, and I thought I dealt with him very professionally, and I reported it, and so on and so forth. I took the right steps. That's what it is with reselling, guys, is taking the right steps. Guys and girls, if you really want to make it in reselling, ladies and gents, whatever you're not offended by, you know, we live in a world where everybody gets offended by everybody's way they talk. Like, I'll see some of the most judgmental people being people that go to church. And like, that's not the biggest hypocritical thing I've ever heard in my life. And I know that don't pertain to eBay, but I like telling stories, guys. I'm a storyteller. So, yeah, I'll see that. I see that through and through and through. People, you can tell the ones that go to church, too, because they keep their nose up like they're perfect and they're God Almighty. And then as soon as you walk away, they're whispering bad things to their little buddy or whatever. It's funny because that's what, God sees that shit. But anyway, let's not get too far off track. The truth is, guys, if you want to get to the next level of reselling, you have to bury the old you and resurrect the new you. And be okay with being the new you long enough to where it sticks. I've done it before in my past, guys, where I changed my complete life. I became a workout junkie. Like, I was built. I had huge muscles, and I worked out 2 times a day. And guess what? The old me came back. And the new me didn't outlast the old me. And now here I am just starting to work out again, right? Well, 6 months ago or whatever. The truth is, guys, if you really want it, you can have it. The only thing holding you back is you. And I'm not saying that to be mean, guys. Some people need to hear it all like that. Like, if you listen to Gary Vee, he don't sugarcoat shit for anybody, and he is loved by everybody. If somebody don't love Gary Vee, they hate on him because of his success. That's what it is. Right? Because how can you be mad at a person that is full of love and kindness and wants to see you succeed? Like, if you're mad at that type of person, you really need to check yourself. So you guys, if you really want to change your life and change your reselling experience, bury the old you. Because the only person that's causing you lack of success, if you're having lack of success on eBay, is you. It's not eBay. There's millions of people on eBay winning, guys. There's millions of them, guys. I'm not the only one. Chris from Daily Refinement. There's people that don't even talk about it. They're on YouTube or anything that are millionaires, okay? They're just not good on video, or they don't like video, and they just tend to keep their agendas to themselves or whatever. I want to take you guys along. So maybe somebody that feels hopeless in life, like I did. I felt so hopeless at 38 years old. I'm like, here I am living with my mom at 38 years old, guys. Here I am. Now I'm 40 years old. I'm like, I'm going to pay her mortgage. I was here for a reason. And I can smile at that. Some people get embarrassed about that. I'm 40 years old. I live with my mom. You know what? The truth is, when you are providing good for your mother, you're doing the right thing. Don't care what anybody else thinks about you, guys. That's another thing. People be like, well, you're just going to go buy items from Goodwill and resell them? Wow, that makes you a bad person. I'm like, every store you walk into, you are doing exactly that. Every item you buy from Walmart, every item you buy from Meijer, every item you buy from a gas station, do you think the owner got it for the price that you're buying it for? You'd be out of your fucking mind if you think that. No, they got it from nickels on the dollar. And you're spending 20, 30 bucks on it. But then you complain about a reseller that's buying your garage sale items and flipping it for 100 bucks. You could have did the same thing. Don't worry about what other people think about you neither, guys. Because that will ultimately destroy you. And that's what's kept my e-brake on my entire life. You cannot worry about what your own fucking mother thinks about you. Fuck her. And I don't literally mean fuck you, mother. Don't be like that. But I'm just saying, a lot of times, you just have to let the shit go through one ear, out the other, and you keep doing what you believe in, and you'll succeed. I love you guys all. It's your boy, FlippinStoop. Have a rockin' blessed day, man.